Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is Bella Hadid. The famous model is beautiful nonetheless, but her transformation goes under the radar sometimes, with people not realizing how much her appearance has changed. But she's always been very defensive when it comes to rumors that claim she has had plastic surgery done and other procedures like face fillers. During a 2018 interview, she responded to comments on it and said, "People think I got all this surgery or did this or that. And you know what? We can do a scan on my face, darling. I'm scared of putting fillers in my lips. I wouldn't want to mess up my face." But looking at photos from the start of her career in 2010 until now, she looks completely different. And if it isn't surgery or cosmetic procedures, what caused the drastic change? She's denied everything, so maybe one day she will give us a real answer. Up next, number 9, we have Sharon Osbourne. Unlike Bella, Sharon has always been very open and honest about her journey with plastic surgery. In 2016, she admitted that she was on her 3rd face at that point and revealed she hasn't always liked the work that she's had done. She said, "In a lot of shots, my face looks plastic, and at certain angles, I'm like, oh dear, I should have never done that." But that has not stopped her from getting more done. In September of 2019, on the premiere of The Talk, she shared with the audience that she had gotten a facelift 5 weeks prior. She said she had her neck done to make her face look more refreshed. You wouldn't think she looks much different in more recent times because she's been getting work done for a while now, but when you see her before pictures, you really get to see just how much her face has changed throughout her life. Honestly, I didn't even know what she looked like before until I saw that and I was like, what? Different person. Stepping our number 8 spot, we have the Bogdanov brothers. Igor and Grichka Bogdanov are identical twins known for being French TV presenters, producers, and scientific writers. But they are also known for their very drastic plastic surgery transformation, which has gotten the attention of media all over the world. Back in the 1970s, they were known for their handsome looks and were sharing screen time before they got addicted to cosmetic surgery. In 2010, it was reported that they each had a number of chin and cheek implants as well as fillers and Botox. But a little too much of all of the above because their face looks permanently swollen all the time and they now have a very cat-like look to them. When seeing the before and after pictures, it is crazy to see how much their face has changed. In spot number 7, we have Priscilla Presley. She will always be under a spotlight after being Elvis Presley's ex. How could you not be? But in 2018, media outlets were focused on her with rumors going around claiming she had even more plastic surgery done. People criticized her hard on social media, saying that she looks like she had a mask on. She has spoken about some of her botched cosmetic procedures in the past, saying that she has had industrial low-grade silicone injected into her face. She described it as being something similar to what mechanics use to grease car parts. Her botched procedure led to an investigation, with that doctor being sentenced to 18 months in federal prison. Some of his injections caused lumps, paralysis, and holes in his client's face. So Priscilla had to undergo even more procedures to try and correct the mistakes that he made, and unfortunately, this drastically changed her appearance. Taking over spot number 6 is Kenny Rogers. He never seemed to have a problem with the ladies, often praised for his handsome looks, but at one point in his life he decided to make some changes to his appearance, and now he says he regrets it. During a CBS interview, he got very personal and talked about his decision to get eye lift surgery and said, "The guy who did it was one of the world's best, but he just had this concept that the edge of your eyes had to be higher than a certain place, and I regret that." He does look very different in the before and after comparison because the eye lift kind of changes the whole look and shape of his face. Plus, reports also claim that he has had Botox done as well, which has also altered his appearance. But not the worst one we've seen on this list. Halfway through our list at number 5 is Adrienne Bailon. People started telling her she looks like one of the Kardashian sisters now after seeming to have work done on her face. Fans started calling her out after her pictures online showed her lips looking more plump and her face taking a more contoured shape. Adrienne has been open about going under the knife for her breast implants when she was just 19 years old, but claims she has never touched her face. During an interview in 2014, she said she would never touch her face, but people don't believe that she has stuck to her word now that her face looks drastically different. A plastic surgeon even chimed in on the situation and said, "I think she's had rhinoplasty and lip filler and maybe cheek augmentation as well. Her lower lip used to be twice as thick as her upper lip, now they are almost the same thickness." Regardless, she's still beautiful. I honestly think people are just still holding on to her from looking like the Cheetah Girls. I mean, I kind of do that. I just remember her as the girl from the Cheetah Girls. Here now at number 4 is Tori Spelling. Just last month, she was making headlines for allegedly getting more more plastic surgery done, but this was not the first time that this has happened. After rumor mills started claiming she had even more work done on her face, she finally commented on it while talking to The Sun. She said, "People have been talking about me having plastic surgery since I was 17. It's the one thing that has stayed with me my entire career." She's revealed in the past that she has had a nose job and her breasts done, but says that she hasn't had anything since. She said that when people say she's had extensive amounts of plastic surgery done over years, that is simply not true. But because of how drastic her face changes seem to be, people don't believe that she has not touched her face since then. It seems like more than just one nose job was done, but she has not admitted to anything else. She did admit though that she looks very different, revealing that her kids don't even recognize her in reruns of 90210. Rolling into our third spot is Yolanda Hadid. Though the model has been very open about her own plastic surgery transformation, she insists her daughters Bella Hadid and Gigi Hadid have never had any. The former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star has always been honest about her decisions to get cosmetic procedures done to both her body and face, but in 2019 she said she is finally done with it. She posted a photo in lingerie on Instagram and captioned it, "Finally back to the original 1964, living in a body free of breast implants, fillers, Botox, extensions, and all the other stuff I thought I needed." In 2015 she revealed she had issues with her breast implants after they had ruptured and leaked into her chest cavity. She then started spreading awareness in hopes that people would educate themselves before making big decisions, and she now encourages people to fall in love with their internal beauty as well. Taking over our number 2 spot is LaToya Jackson. When seeing her transformation pictures side by side, you probably wouldn't even believe that the two photos were the same person. It's no secret that the Jackson family has had their fair share of cosmetic procedures done, each of them making headlines for it at one point in time. LaToya was making headlines in 2017 for being one nose job away from completely losing her nose. Paparazzi photos got the attention of some of America's top plastic surgeons who claim that she could literally lose her nose if she gets more work done. They pointed out that the outer flare of her nostrils have been overly narrowed to a point of near disappearance. Dr. Lyle Back said that each surgery on the face carries the risk of more collapsing, and said that it could be almost impossible for her to breathe through if she continues to get work done. And I've seen photos of people who lose their nose. It is terrifying. That's a thing. You can literally just lose your nose. In our number 1 spot is Khloe Kardashian. All the Kardashian sisters make headlines for their ever-changing looks, but Khloe seems to get the most heat for hers since her change might be the most drastic. It seems like she got fed up with all the rumors though and decided to talk about it after people started claiming she had a face transplant. During the recent Keeping Up with the Kardashians reunion, she addressed the accusations and admitted to all the cosmetic procedures she has had done. For the first time ever, she admitted to getting a nose job, Botox, and fillers. She admitted that she responded horribly to Botox and said that she had other injections done. Her body has also changed significantly throughout her career, which is also why people point out that she has had the biggest transformation out of all her sisters. Regardless though, in my opinion, she's always been beautiful, and she says the reason she never spoke about what she's had done is because people criticize her no matter what. Alright, in our number 1 spot is Charlotte Crosby. She's skyrocketed into fame after being an OG member of the reality show Geordie Shore for many seasons. People were quick to fall in love with her fun personality and also her natural beauty, which is why they were left so shocked when she became the topic on a show called Celebrities: What Happened to Your Face. The show exposed her plastic surgery transformation, and fans were shocked to see how drastic her changes were. Charlotte has never denied having surgery and has always been open about it along the way, but she had a problem with how the show criticized her for it. She has admitted to Botox, fillers, and other plastic surgery procedures, but doctors have recently come forward sharing their concerns that her fillers were not done well. Dr. Sabrina Shadisai said, "You can see her lips are too full. The apple of her cheek is too big, almost like a golf ball. Good jobs are not visible, bad jobs are extremely visible." There is no denying that she looks different now, still beautiful though nonetheless, and I was a huge fan of the show. I think she's hilarious. Sniping our number 9 spot is Mel B. Let's be realistic for a second, because she is a former Spice Girl. I don't think she will ever be like unrecognizable. People will always know her as Scary Spice. But she has changed her look throughout her career, and if you aren't a Spice Girls fan, then there's a chance you wouldn't look twice if she passed by. She is still just as gorgeous as she was when she was in the girl group, but you can tell that she's had some work done. The singer admits to it though, doing countless interviews interviews and admitting to having nips and tucks throughout the years. She's altered both her body and her face, and some of the work she has had done shows. When talking to Piers Morgan, she admitted that there are things about her body and appearance that she doesn't like, which is why she decided to have procedures done in the first place. She's always kept it very real though, which I can respect and appreciate. She once uploaded a picture of her getting cosmetic surgery and wrote, "I believe in being the best version of yourself, and I'm a great believer of looking and keeping your natural beauty," suggesting that cosmetic procedures are better than going under the knife sometimes, which a lot of people do. You know, like the Botox, the fillers. Yeah, not for me. I don't like needles. I wish there was another way. Coming up next, number 8 is Simon Cowell. While his brutally honest attitude hasn't changed much throughout the years, his appearance sure has. One thing that has fluctuated throughout his career is his weight, which has changed his appearance on different occasions, but he was always recognizable. I mean, he's Simon Cowell. It wasn't until he stepped out on the red carpet in 2020 looking very different with a new face and a new smile. Turns out he got a brand new set of teeth and had some work done to his face, which made him look really stiff, almost like plastic. But he didn't try to hide the fact he had plastic surgery done. He actually admitted to getting a facelift and explained that it hurt like hell. He was heavily criticized by the internet, with people saying that it looked like his surgeon did the procedure in the dark. It has settled down now more. That didn't make sense. It has settled down more now, is what I meant to say. He looks back to himself. Moving on to number 7, we have Aubrey O'Day. She first gained fame from being one of the members of Danny D. Kane after competing to be in the group for 2 seasons on MTV's Making the Band competition show. The group eventually split and she continued to grow her own solo career, changing her appearance along the way. She's appeared on different reality TV shows and has made headlines for her ever-changing looks. Despite photos and media showing how drastically different she looks now, she's always denied having plastic surgery done. She has admitted to some cosmetic procedures, but stands firm on not going under the knife. Because she denies it, people criticize her photos online, asking if it's just really heavy editing or if she's had work done. It also didn't help her case when paparazzi photos went viral online and showed her without any filters or makeup, showing her looking like a completely different person than what people see online. Caused a huge stir, and she said that the photos were tweaked to make her look worse than she really did, but no one was buying it. And spot number 6 is Kim Novak. She's been in the industry for decades now, so of course her appearance is going to change naturally over time. But she has admitted that her changes have not always been natural and admitted to getting plastic surgery, even revealing that she has regretted some of the choices. Fans quietly watched her looks change throughout the years, but they were shocked in 2014 when she showed up to the Academy Awards looking very different. Turns out she'd received facial injections not long before that, and it left quite the difference on her face. Viewers took her new look to Twitter and reacted to the change, saying that she needed to sue her plastic surgeon because her procedures looked botched. In a newer interview, actually just a few months ago, she says that receiving fat injections in her face was the worst thing she's ever done. The reason she actually got the procedure done in the first place was because she felt insecure and didn't want to get a facelift done, so she went with the injections instead. But it didn't really work out in her favor. Yeah, like I would try injections before I try going under a frickin' knife, but I want neither. They scare me. Halfway through our countdown, at number 5 we have Kim Bierman. As one of the original housewives on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, she became popular very quickly with her outrageous personality. Her career skyrocketed at that point, and over the years she has caused some controversy for her apparent love for plastic surgery. In 2016, she did an intimate interview with E! Online where she revealed that she's had several plastic surgeries over the years and is not afraid to get more. She said, "I will always nip and tuck if I feel the need to do so, but I am open about it. I don't care. You only go around one time, and I especially understand that, and life is very short, so there's no reason for me to lie." But even though she looks great for being a mom of 6 kids, people criticized her for encouraging her 18-year-old daughter to get lip injections. Not only did she support it, but she actually took her daughter to the best clinic in town to do so, and they documented it, and fans just had a lot to say about that. Cruising to number 4, we have Teresa Guides. Now I probably said that wrong, so all you Real Housewives fans, don't come at me. She is another Real Housewives star who has changed her looks drastically, but she is a member of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. There's a lot of them. When looking at photos of her then versus now, there's no denying that she looks like a different person. Oftentimes, fans have questioned her online about going under the knife, asking what work she has had done to achieve her new look. She's never openly talked about the details, but a plastic surgeon named Dr. Frank Agulo revealed his opinion and said, "Teresa has probably undergone a full facelift with a possible neck lift and fat injections in the face." Other doctors have also come forward as well, saying that a possible nose job could have been done based on their professional opinion. Despite what she has had done though, she has been able to keep her youthful looks, and people just know that she has had some cosmetic help. You might as well admit it. Taking over the third spot is Blac Chyna. We can imagine how hard it would be to hide your plastic surgery when you are in the Hollywood limelight, but it would be even harder when you are in connection to the Kardashian family. She was in a relationship with Rob Kardashian, even having a child with him, a daughter named Dream. In recent times, she's been candid about her transformations and admitted to getting procedures on both her body and her face. She spoke on the Wendy Williams show and admitted that she got lipo done, had a butt augmentation, and also had 4 breast augmentations done throughout the years, both to make them bigger and to make them smaller. But ever since having her daughter, she said it is just becoming too much. As for her face, she has admitted to cosmetic procedures and removing her face piercings, which ended up leaving her with dimples on her cheeks. So if you ever wondered where those are from, it is because she had piercings. The holes from her piercings have now closed up, but she's left with those dimples, which I didn't know. I thought she just had dimples. In spot number 2, we have Elon Musk. For years now, people have been debating whether or not he has had cosmetic procedures done, and if so, what exactly he has had done. While there has been no confirmation from him, people are convinced that he has had a facelift and also a hair transplant. Photos will show that his hairline was once very receding and now he has a full head of hair, but it also shows his face taking on a very different shape and very smooth skin, almost like wax. People didn't really notice his drastic change in appearance until recently, when an old photo of him started getting passed around online. There were a lot of inconsistencies in his appearance, and people have debated whether it's just Botox, if it's a facelift surgery, or if it's other kinds of enhancements. Like I said though, there are no confirmations on what the answer is, so I will let you guys be the judge. Let me know in the comments. Coming in hot at number 1 is Mama June. Her real name is June Shannon, but she earned the name Mama June on the hit series Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. She first surprised fans with a completely different look after losing a significant amount of weight. Reports say when she was doing the show, she was around 460 pounds. She ended up having gastric surgery in May 2016 and then later had a tummy tuck. She then went on to have her own reality show called Mama June From Not Too Hot, where she filmed her journey of losing over 300 pounds by working out with a trainer a few times a week and changing her diet. But her body is not the only thing that has changed. She has also had plastic surgery done to her face, which has also dramatically changed her appearance. We're not sure what exact procedures she has had done. Reports say she got her teeth fixed and underwent cosmetic procedures, which could mean a variety of things. So, haven't been able to nail down just exactly what.
Number 10, Zac Efron. The High School Musical star really shocked fans with how different he looked in 2021 when a video surfaced online of his face looking extremely altered. When Zac appeared on camera for a virtual Earth Day event, everyone was totally distracted by his new appearance. Not only did he no longer have his iconic baby face look, but some people suggested that he had an altered jawline and enhanced lips, and suspected that he'd had, at the very least, some Botox done. It's true that he looked a little bit puffy or possibly swollen, but of course, camera angles, makeup, and poor lighting also could have contributed to the drastically different appearance. When the video started making the rounds on social media, popular TikTok surgeon Dr. Yun suggested that Zac might have gotten oral surgery, which would explain his swollen jaw, which would happen if your wisdom teeth were taken out or you had some kind of other intensive dental surgery. But fans were not happy about the doctor's comments and accused him of trying to capitalize on Zac's popularity to gain attention. Although he does look different now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. The actor went on both The Ellen Show and Jimmy Kimmel Live live recently and just looked a whole lot more mature. In fact, he seemed to have really grown into his features in the best way possible. Number 9. Khloe Kardashian. The Keeping Up with the Kardashian star is known for being the funniest and most laid back of all the sisters, but over the years, fans have seen such a drastic change in her appearance that it can only be put down to excessive plastic surgery. And while the reality star isn't too outspoken when it comes to her past procedures, she has opened up once before about the reason behind her choice to go under the knife. Quote, "For me, everyone says, oh my gosh, she's had her 3rd face transplant, but I've only had 1 nose job and everyone gets so upset. Like, why don't I talk about it? No one's ever asked me." She also revealed that she has done injections but not really Botox because when she tried it, her face responded horribly, but all the surgery was probably because of something deeper. In fact, later in the episode, Khloe explained how she experienced body image insecurity when doing photo shoots with her sisters, saying, "They would receive racks and racks of clothes and I was told by so many different stylists I was given about 2 or 3 pieces of clothing, but not to worry because I would be in the background anyway," which is pretty unfortunate because being treated like that would upset just about anybody. Number 8. Rebel Wilson. The Australian actress has been in comedy since the early 2000s, but her career really took off a decade later in movies like What to Expect When You're Expecting, Struck by Lightning, and of course Pitch Perfect. She's always been a huge health and body positive advocate and has frequently opened up about her health journey. But the reason Rebel Wilson looks so drastically different in 2022 is that she has actually been working on her health and fitness since late 2019, and she has seen massive results. In a candid interview with the BBC, she talked about the differences in how she's being treated now. Quote, "Sometimes being bigger, people don't necessarily look twice at you. Now that I'm in good shape, people offer to carry my groceries to the car and hold doors open for you. And you think, is this what other people experience all the time?" So even though Rebel seems to be a lot happier now, she's also pointed out something that's really worth discussing. Her health journey has been a very public one, so it's great that the actress has decided not to hold back when talking about all the challenges that she's faced throughout. And she's certainly become an inspiration for others to make positive changes to their health. Number 7. Miley Cyrus. The 29-year-old singer and actress has lived so many lives already. She's been a Disney star, a country singer, then she moved to R&B for a while and back into pop. Miley has always been an eccentric performer. I mean, who can forget twerking against Robin Thicke at the MTV VMAs in 2013? But her whole style and aesthetic did a complete 180 somewhere around 2020 when she started embracing all things rock and roll. These days she looks completely unrecognizable with a platinum blonde mullet, metallic blue smoky eyeshadow, and a blue and white striped dress. She actually looks like an 80s rock star. The aesthetic change appears to be part of her newest musical era for her newest rock album, Plastic Hearts. It's still up for debate whether Miley is going for a more grunge or glam rock, but it's clear that she's chosen a whole nother genre for herself when it comes to not only style but music. After hearing her cover of Blondie's Heart of Glass, which was released as a single in late September, it became clear to so many that her voice is really suited to rock and roll. Alongside her cover of Zombie by the Cranberries and her own song Midnight Sky, it seems like she's really grown into her voice and found the perfect look for the genre. Number 6. Adele. Ever since her music blew up in the early 2010s, the powerhouse singer has released hit after hit. Her albums 21, 25, and 30 became instant successes, with all 3 topping number 1 on nearly every worldwide music chart. But fans were really shocked in 2020 when Adele made a post on social media that showed her completely transformed look. In fact, she joked about the change in her opening monologue for SNL, saying, "I know I look really different since you last saw me, but actually because of all the COVID restrictions, I had to travel light and I could only bring half of me, and this is the half I chose." The 34-year-old looks extremely happy these days, and she's recently opened up about the healthy lifestyle changes she made that helped her lose 100 pounds in 2 years. But she knows that plenty of negative comments have surfaced about her new look, and she told British Vogue, "My body has been objectified my entire career. It's not just now. I understand why it's a shock. I understand why some women especially were hurt. Visually, I represent a lot of women, but I'm still the same person." So it's clear that Adele is very much herself, just with a newfound confidence. Number 5. Kesha. The singer shocked fans when she debuted her glamorous and sophisticated new look at the Studio 666 premiere in Hollywood. The 34-year-old was truly unrecognizable with a dark, short bob and a plain black dress in a major style transformation from her party Barbie girl days. Kesha wore a plunging, lace-up, short, tight black leather dress that accentuated both her chest and her legs. Her brunette hair was slicked back with natural-looking makeup. The Grammy Award winner has been known to drastically alter her appearance through the years, but her new, almost bare-faced look was a complete flip from her usual bright, eccentric style with heavy makeup and her signature long, wavy blonde hair. So making the change from blonde to brunette and chopping her hair into a chin bob length made all the difference in the world. But aside from desperately waiting for Kesha to release new music, fans are also longing for the conclusion of her lengthy legal battle with her former producer Dr. Luke, which has been ongoing since 2014. The defamation lawsuit against her seems like it's gonna go on forever at this stage, and it has really kept her career in a kind of limbo. But it's clear that she's already planning some kind of a comeback with her new style. Number 4. Linda Evangelista. The Canadian fashion model was undoubtedly one of the top supermodels from the 1990s and is regarded as one of the most accomplished and influential models of all time. In fact, she's been featured on over 700 magazine covers, but Linda hasn't really been seen in public very much in the last 5 years or so, and fans recently found out why. In September last year, she took to Instagram and revealed that she had undergone cool sculpting treatment to her face, which she says left her unrecognizable, as it allegedly caused fat cells in her face to multiply. Quote, "To my followers who have wondered why I have not been working while my peers' careers have been thriving, the reason is that I was brutally disfigured." She went on to say that the procedure actually did the opposite of what it was promised. In fact, what happened to her was a rare but serious side effect of cool sculpting, and the model said the treatment not only destroyed her livelihood, but sent her into a cycle of deep depression, profound sadness, and the lowest depths of self-loathing, which is extremely sad when you consider just how much it would have affected her self-esteem. Number 3. Iggy Azalea. The Australian rapper made her US debut in 2014 with the release of her first album, The New Classic, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard rap chart. From her collaborations with some of our favorite pop princesses to her gorgeous curves, Iggy Azalea has consistently commanded headlines all over the globe. But recently, a lot of it has been plastic surgery rumors, considering how much her appearance has changed over the years. Confirming the suspicions, the Aussie hitmaker admitted that she has had rhinoplasty. She said, "I'm not denying it. Denying it is lame. I don't think you should be ashamed if you've made a change to yourself, which is why I've spoken about the changes I've made, like with my breasts." Iggy was always pretty straightforward about her decision to have surgery, saying, "Your perception of yourself can change a lot over time, so I think it's important to wait and make sure it's the right choice. Plastic surgery is an emotional journey. It's no easy feat to live with your flaws and accept yourself, and it's no easy feat to change yourself. Either way you look at it, it's a tough journey." Which is a great message to get out there, considering that there's still a lot of stigma behind just admitting to having done plastic surgery in the first place. Number 2. Sharon Osbourne. The former The Talk panelist is no stranger to plastic surgery, and it really seemed to work with her over the years, considering her appearance was never altered too drastically. But all that changed in late 2021 when she got a facelift that, in her own words, ended up making her look like a cyclops. Quote, "I had a full facelift done in October, and I looked like one of those effing mummies that they wrap with bandages." She told the Sunday Times that the whole thing hurt like hell. But what was even worse is that all the pain never really paid off for her. Sharon said that after the more than 5-hour surgery, she was left looking horrendous, and she even told the surgeon, quote, "You've got to be effing joking. One eye was different to the other. I looked like an effing cyclops. All I need is a hunchback." It sounds funny, but it would have been a nightmare for her. Even her husband, Ozzy Osbourne, was totally against the results. Fortunately, she was able to undergo reconstructive work, and she's now a lot more satisfied with her appearance. And coming in at number 1, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Of all the famous twins in Hollywood, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen are probably the most mysterious. The former child stars announced an abrupt and permanent retirement from acting more than 15 years ago, and ever since then they've kept a low profile. But the twins are still hard at work on their fashion line and other business endeavors. But when photos surfaced over the years of Mary-Kate looking drastically different from Ashley, fans began speculating that one or both sisters may have had plastic surgery. People were pretty rude when it came to targeting the appearance of both of them, with some outlets reporting that Ashley underwent a botched facelift and that Mary-Kate looked a lot older. In fact, one plastic surgeon who spoke to Life and Style magazine insisted that the changes could have come from other factors, such as nicotine products or lifestyle changes. The sisters looked surprisingly similar when they were younger, which caused most people to assume that they were identical, but they're actually fraternal twins, which might help explain their physical differences now. now. The girls did have a brief chance to get back on the screens recently in the revival of their original show Fuller House, but they just weren't interested in participating, which seemed to disappoint a lot of fans. But it only served to make them more mysterious as they continued to live ever so private lives.